Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In our last video, we successfully set up a multi-node Kubernetes clusters, and now it's time to bring that setup to life. And today we're going to build a full CI/CD pipeline that automatically tests, build, and deploy our Python app straight into our Kubernetes clusters using Git Actions and Docker. So we'll go to set up step by step for pushing code to GitHub like that. So running tests, building, pushing Docker images, and finally deploying the app into our Kubernetes node. If you remember, we were going to deploy that in our multi-node cluster. So if you follow our previous lessons, so this is the perfect continuation. So make sure our cluster is up and running. And let's dive right into creating our end-to-end CI/CD pipeline with Docker, GitHub Actions, and Kubernetes. So again, guys, don't forget to share and subscribe because we're just getting started into more DevOps and automation projects coming up. Okay? You can see right now, I'm here right in my folder in CI/CD Python Flask. So don't worry, I'm going also to share that in my repository. And if you can see, this is my VM, the controller, the master, worker, and workers. So right now it's still false, but what we're going to do right now is first thing is I need to create a sample app Python, okay? And then for us again to save our time, probably I'm going to paste on it. Okay, so this is a simple flask that it will return hello Kubernetes CI/CD and it will open to 5000, okay, port. And if you can see, this is the only file that I have. And then next things up is we're going to create the requirements for our applications. Okay, this is the requirements.tx, and then this is the requirements, the Flask, Gunicorn, version girds, PyTest like that. So this is essential for running these simple apps. And then the next thing is uh, if this is already created, probably I'm going to test first by using pip. Okay, so test first before we're going to package it to container. Okay, so I'm going to pip install and then the requirements that I created seconds ago, and it will run. Okay, before it will run, I'm going to see first. Okay, so I have an error here. Okay, so probably I'm going to move the requirements because I misspelled my requirements. Okay, so I'm going to move on it, and then let's go back again and rerun. Okay, going to zip first. All right. Now it's running. I'm going to check on it if it's running. So I'm going to okay. Python that Python means okay. Python 3. Okay. So it's running right now. I'm going to open up one of my browser if it is running. So localhost at 5000. So it's running. And you are in the right path right now. So it's running from your system. Now it's running. What we're going to do next first is next thing next is we need to package it. So first, I'm going to make directory and then test. I'm going to create a test here, test folder. So what's the use of test here is for us to every time we run a apps that Python, we're going to have like this so that it will also validate our apps. Okay, so I'll paste what I have right here right now. So I have a function here. So you can see if you notice this the same out echo or display for what we created an app a while ago, but it seems it's an error. But it is okay because right in our testing where it will also run this kind of PyTest. Okay, that's why in our requirements we have also the PyTest module. Okay, no need to to mind with this one. So we're going to ignore this probably. Right now, I'm going to BI and then I'm going to create already the Docker file because I'm going to package it. And then, so this is the working directory from the app. Copy the requirements text to the from the default. And then, if you can see this content, so we have the Docker file, the app, and requirements. So we are ready to containerize that by using Docker. Okay. So you can see I'm looking for my reference for me to check first. So this is the Docker file, and then I'm going to run on it. I rebuild on it by building the container I name it python.ks /ks that demo into this folder. Okay, and then it will start running. So it will finish. It is already finished again. So I do the Docker run again for us to retest if it is running from container itself because a while ago we only test in the Python, okay, Python 3 by opening the port. So now I'm going to run it into the container. So I'm going to open again my localhost 5000. As you can see, it's already running. Okay, so next is we're going to cancel on it, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. All right, so we already containerized the apps. So as you can see again, I'm going to tree on it to check the whole files that we have. So I'm going to make again a directory for our Kubernetes YAML for manifest. And then I'm going to create a deployment here and our services. And then I'm going to paste on it. Okay. So don't worry, I can also share that to you guys, this YAML that I have. So this is the whole content of my deployment. So we have the readiness, the liveliness of the probe. So I'm going to close. And right now, since we already have the deployment, I'm going to create the services and I'm going to expose it to the service of node port. Okay, and then I'm going to face the services. So I'm going to put instead load balancing because we will going to access it right in my desktop. So if you are in the cloud services, it will also run on it. It also run. So now that we are ready right now, so I'm going to create the GitHub Actions. Okay, going to zip first my copy. Okay, I'm going to create a directory and I name it GitHub Actions. Every time you create a GitHub Actions, it will start with GitHub.github. Okay, so I put a P here so that it is recursive. So there's inside workflows from the GitHub. So this is hidden files, of course. And inside the workflows, I'll name my GitHub Actions of CICD.yaml. Now I'm going also to paste the whole file, the whole content of what is inside of our GitHub Actions. So we do have this building, uh, running of our deployment of our applications. Okay, so yeah, if you can check at the bob at the top, so we have the test, and then we're going to build on it, make it into a container, and then we're going to need to deploy to our cluster. Okay, so all things is set up. So right now I'm going to. So if you notice, run on self-hosted. So that's why we're going to self-hosted by using GitHub Action Runner. Okay. So first thing, and the next things that we need to do is, since we already created the Git Actions, probably we're going to create a folder from our GitHub. Of course, we need to use GitHub here, and then so that we can also use the GitHub Actions. So if you don't know how to set up it, so probably we're going to uh, go onto it. So I'm going to first add these full files. Okay, but first we need to git init first. Okay, and then going to check first the status. So this is the files that I need to add to my repository. Okay, git status again. So this is the files. So we're good to go. And then git commit, and then I'll name my comment to CI/CD pipeline like that. Okay. So this is my GitHub, personal GitHub. So I'll make a new files, a new repository, and I'll name it CI/CD project apps. Okay, since it's still available, but I'll name instead of CI/CD pipeline app Python app is there's still name it project instead. Okay, and then I created the repository. And then this is the next thing that you need to do. You need to follow this step. So if you have existing repository, you need to use the below command. So by remote it, so I'm going to paste it here. Okay, paste the git remote, add origin, and then git branch. Okay, and then we're going to push on it. Okay, in our branch main. Okay, all right. So there it. So if you're going to refresh on it, refresh. So as you can see here, we need to set up first this developer and then token classic, and then this is the token access that I have. So if you do not have an access to push on it, so you need to first to set up this one, okay, for your password. And then I'll go here. So if you notice here, we have gold notification here. So it started to test, build, and deploy right now. This is will not going through to our the next phase because we didn't yet set up our GitHub runner. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to show you it to you guys how it work. So right now, this is how the status of our deployment. Okay, so it takes how many minutes for us to deploy because it still will not work because it will get us error because it's simply I told you that uh, we didn't have a set up our Git runner. So right now, I'm going to open all my cluster here, okay? Since I'm only uh, post on it. So right now it's running right now. And then we're going to clear first this. And then Vagrant, HSS. I'm going to HSS my controller. Okay. And then I access my controller right now. What we're going to do right now is access the master. So inside the controller, I'm going to exercise again the master. Okay. So okay, type HSS master. Okay. So inside the master, okay, let me check first if it is running or if it is the cluster is still awake because if the server didn't open for a while, uh, the the server is still sleeping, so you need to open it before you you do something from the server. So right now, I'm the master node right now, and we're going to get node first, check first if if it's running. So you can see it's all running right now. The master, the worker one, worker two, and I have also the sample that we have done before in our tutorial. So it's running well. So next up is what we're going to do. We're going back again to our GitHub Actions and click the settings under the repository. Okay, so not this one, inside the repository. Okay, git git CI CD Python, and then in the setting, and then under the actions, okay, and the runner. Click that, and then you can see there's a button here, new self-hosted. So click the Linux because my server is Linux based. Okay, so this is the server that I have. So we need to use the following step here, the procedure. So we're going to create first the action runner folder, a directory, and then we're going inside, right? So going to enter in it, and then what's the next is you need to download the latest runner package. So by simply copying only, guys, so that's very simple to do. All right? Okay. Okay. It takes us a couple of minutes to to be done. So let's be patient on this. Maybe you can have some cup of coffee, guys, before downloading this. Okay, it's already done. Next is, so let me check first the GitHub Actions. So copy only this for only us to validate what we download. Okay, so it's okay. Give us an okay status. And right now we're going to extract the installer. Okay, by using tar. And it's very simple again. Copy and paste on it. Okay. So I think it's okay. It's already uncompress or extract. So right now we're going to configure in it, copy and enter. So it will simply give us the step-by-step here by setting up our self-hosted runner registration. So I'll go with default and then default. I'm going to probably I'm going to type something BM like that, and then the work folder probably I'm going to use instead what's the setting there, and we're done. So next is we're going to run the services of the Git actions. Okay. Below here we have the configurations, and then we're going to run the script. Okay. Okay. It's running. So how do we know that it's running? So it will connect to GitHub, and then it will listen for the job. Okay. So in our GitHub Actions, we you already saw that the run on self-hosted. So that's supposed to be that in your GitHub Actions. So right now, if you're going to check here, so this is what I'm trying to say to you guys that what he is telling us here to use put it in the YAML. Okay, self-hosted runs on self-hosted. This one. Okay. So we're good in here. So what we're going to do here, we're going to check because it's already active. If we're going to check again our folder and check the pending gold status, and you can see deploying, started deploying to our uh, Kubernetes, okay, Kubernetes cluster, right? So maybe we can also check on it personally, what's going on inside the master node by simply vagrant on it in the vagrant environment, okay? And then CICD that Kubernetes, and then so you notice, guys, so it's already running. Going to the next workflow. As you can see, it's already done in the deploying. If you check the GitHub, okay, we're going to verify that by accessing the master, and then going to kubectl get pods. Okay, we have the Python KS demo, right? So it's running. It's running right now. Let me going to check the browser if it is running. Okay, so if you're going to get the services or SBC, what IP address we're going to use. But basically, the port would be something new because we're not going to use 5,000 here because we only open it to the port 390. Okay, that is what we're going to do. So since it's load balancing, it can be accessible in the public. Okay, if you're going to check on it again, so this is verify that this is we're going to open the port. Okay, so right now, okay, I'm going to open the tab, and then what's the IP address of our master? IP address. Okay, I'm going to grab. Nah, maybe I'm going to use a instead. So this is the IP address 192.168.56.11. So this is the IP address of our node. So right now, and then 390. So it's running. So that is it. So we are completing our CI/CD pipeline, and we use the cluster that we use in our last video. Okay, and that's it, everyone. And we just built a complete CI/CD pipeline for testing our Python apps, building a Docker images, pushing it to GitHub container registry, deploying automatically to our uh, Kubernetes cluster, a multi-node cluster like that. So now every time you push a code to your repo, the pipeline handle everything for you. So no manual, no updates, no stress. So if you reach this part, so give yourself a pat on the back because you've just leveled up in your DevOps journey. So in this video, so it will help you. Don't forget, if this video helped you guys, so don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and turn the notification bell so that you won't miss anything on our next lesson. So we'll keep building and we will keep building more real world automations projects like that together. So this is Mark Gelboleo from the IT Learn TV. And then you see at the next, and we're going to see you next episode. So keep learning, keep building, and as always, stay awesome. Okay?